It's beginning to look a lot like Thanksgiving. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Wow, for once, my hair doesn't look as bad as it usually does. Kind of weird, though. Got this weird fluffy thing going on. Anyway, I just wanted to welcome you in to the first live we have done in a long time. Boy, it's been a long, little over a month and a week. Man, been through a lot of stuff, as you know, the surgery and all that stuff. I've got more fun coming my way, perhaps in the next few weeks, God willing, maybe not so much. But I want to get on here and do a live on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, just to say thank you and to give a little back. And it's not a huge giveaway today, but it's definitely just something to say that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm thankful for you all being there. And oh no, am I competing with the parade? Dang, I probably shouldn't have picked this time to come on. Dang it, that was probably really dumb. But anyway, appreciate you guys jumping on here. If you're watching the replay, definitely enable those notifications so you can hopefully get notified if YouTube's doing what it's supposed to. But yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you, shoot the breeze, and talk vinyl, talk record players, talk Record-ology. Got some news to share with you, some very good news, and a giveaway. So we're just going to have fun. Old radios, welcome in, watching me or the parade. I'm sorry. If you don't, I understand if you want to watch the parade. Code Monkey 1997, happy Thanksgiving. Marla, happy Thanksgiving as well. Big Daddy Dog, happy Thanksgiving. Marla, watch him. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Jason's Adventures, happy Thanksgiving. Revolution Ricky, hi, I had a surgery about 3 weeks ago on my pinky toe, which unfortunately was amputated. I bet that hurts a lot more than a tiny thing should hurt. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably disproportionately painful. I hope all goes well. Graham, happy Thanksgiving. Gunmetal Guy USA, happy Turkey Day. Thank you so much. A serious big thank you to each and every one of you. Wanted to just come on here and hang with you guys and see what you wanted to talk about. Give you some updates on things and do a giveaway. So feel free to chime in the chat with any questions you have, anything you want to talk about. Always interested in what you guys are up to, what you're looking for, what you found, et cetera, et cetera. It did, but I'm on the mend and I'm good. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear you're doing better. So it's the last live that I did was on October 14th, just a couple of days before I had to have surgery. And I am just now starting to feel like myself again, really. Like at a core, I was talking to my wife the other day or yesterday, and I was saying, I finally feel back to my old self. And there's a lot that goes into that, medications and, all the stuff that you're on in the hospital and the experience itself and stress. So it feels good. I'm thankful, very thankful God has provided healing in this situation. Thankful for my family. Thankful for you guys and just to be here. Every day I wake up and just say, I'm thankful for this day. What can I do to make the most out of it? So super excited to hang out with you guys. It's been a while since we've done a live. The last one was reviewing the stuff from our Tennessee trip, some of the cool stuff we picked up. In the meantime, what have I picked up? I'd say the biggest thing would definitely be this bad boy right here. And we did a show about it. It's interesting watching the reviews on this. These are mostly a lot of 2023 remixes, and a lot of people have strong opinions, more so than I would think. But it shouldn't surprise me because everybody has an opinion. That saying goes. But everybody had a very strong opinion about this. Some loved it. A lot of people were critical of it. I personally love it. I think part of the fact that I'm a relatively new Beatles fan is I'm probably more open. I haven't been listening to certain versions for 40 years. Therefore, I'm not as particular on it. So I've really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful box. It was extremely expensive. It was a gift. I wouldn't just go out there and buy that for myself. But it's the colored vinyl version. Really cool. I understand that they sold out the first printing, and I think there must be a second printing because the last time I checked, the Beatles store said, and that's where it came from, said that I think it's a Beatles store exclusive to get the colored version, but they said that they were shipping again like right before Christmas. So yeah, what are you guys looking for lately? Absolutely, 100% staying positive. Yes, Happy Thanksgiving, Colin. Thank you so much. The only record player I got recently was that Silvertone version of Wildcat. That's awesome. I need to get my hands on some more vintage stuff. Got a large influx of record players to review and share with you guys, but not as many vintage ones as I want. Red and blue. Yep. You better believe it. Tennessee is a great state. Beautiful. Absolutely, Marla. And I want to see more of it. I really, really do. My dad and I and we've been talking about this for years. We want to make a trek to Memphis to go to see Graceland. That would be amazing. My mom and my wife both will probably not even go with us when we do that because they don't have any interest in that or whatsoever. They're just like, okay, whatever. But my dad and I would be like a semi-religious holy trip for us to do. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough still. I'm still getting over a bit of a cold, unfortunately. So if I cough here and there, I apologize. And then also, I do want to go to Dollywood still. We were right outside of it. We went and checked out the Gatlinburg area, and it was beautiful. It was right as the colors were starting to change, or they were changing. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. The layout is so unlike other states. You know, it's kind of like left and right, and it's instead of up and down. At least what I'm used to in Colorado and Florida. Everything's kind of vertically laid out here. Revolution Ricky, I'm a bit behind in the vinyl music community, but I did pick up the Beatles Blue album on CD, but I also got the Now and Then on cassette. That's really, really cool. You know, I was watching the Parla. I can never remember if it's Parlogram or Parlophone. I think it's Parlogram auctions, where Andrew goes through and talks about that stuff in detail. And he was showing the brick walling on the CD versions, and I was like, what? It didn't make sense to me. I understand what brick walling is, and I understand what he was showing, but it almost looks like they were just recorded hot, and then he had the gain set too high because it was like a solid. If you've ever looked at a waveform, like an Audacity or something, and you know when it clips, it gets too high, just sort of chops off the top and bottom of the waveform, and that's what it looked like. And he said it was brick walling, but people haven't said that the CDs sound terrible, which it would if it was clipping that bad. So I'm curious if they're just super hot and that's why it looked like it was brick walled. So I'd be curious what you think of the sound quality. I love CDs. I actually just picked up the Red and Blue on CD last month, but obviously older versions. These are the double disc, the thick ones. But yeah, and I did not buy myself a copy of Now and Then, other than the album. So the new Blue album has it. So I got that. Marla, I love Motown. That me too, and I would love to hear more and go visit Motown as well. I want to go check out some of the sights and sound. Jason's Adventures, waiting for the right jukebox to come my way. Wow, that's super cool. I remember back at CES, they had Crosley had a couple of jukeboxes. One that played 45s and was made in partnership with a company in the UK. I forget what they were called, but it was a beautiful machine and very, very rugged. And they had a 78. Jukebox as well, which was awesome. Tennessee, my home away from home. I got family in the Kingsport, Johnston area. Excellent. That's super cool. Super Z-Dog, I have a few awesome records on our way. Ed Sheeran's Equals on red vinyl. Very cool. Coldplay's Milo, and Bing Crosby's Merry Christmas on Fruitcake. Clear red and green splattered. Oh, that would be cool. That would be super, super cool. I need to pick up a new copy of that. I've got my copy of Merry Christmas is on the vinyl copy is I don't know what. I think it might be is it a 7? No, it's an original Decca pressing. It's a mono edition, which is the one I wanted. And because I had the reprocessed stereo with some damage on it, I passed that along to a friend. Good friend. I give him the crappy record. I'll take the good one. But I was thankful to find the mono, and it sounds good. It's scratchy, you know. But I've also got that album on everything else. I've got it on cassette, a couple versions on cassette, including a bootleg version. I've got some great Christmas stuff. Once Thanksgiving is over, you guys, the Christmas floodgates are about to pour forth into the YouTube sphere, and you are going to experience a lot of things. And that's part of what I want to talk to you about in a minute. But anyway, I've got a 7-inch version, a single version. I've got the 78 box set. In fact, yeah. Looky what I got down here. Here's a little sneak peek of Christmas stuff. Picked this up a couple years ago. I always find the best Christmas stuff during the summer. And I love Christmas. I listen to Christmas music year round, not as much as I do during Christmas, but I watch Christmas movies and things. I listen to the audio from White Christmas a lot. It helps me calm down if I'm having anxiety. But anyway, this is an interesting collection. And there are a couple more collections. Oh, and I have a 45 box set too. So yeah, I've got a few versions of this. It's a great album and great history. We've gone into that before. Definitely be hearing more about that. So a fruitcake version. I like that. That sounds cool. Now, where did you get the fruitcake version? It sounds like something Target or Walmart is doing. Might have to pick that up. Jason's Adventures. I have a season pass to Dollywood. That's so cool. That is awesome. Do you use it a lot? We have season passes to Disney World here. And it's surreal. It's surreal from transitioning from a place that we would go on vacation every 3 years or so to a place where, after work, it's like, hey, you want to go, go to Magic Kingdom for an hour or two? And it's strange because it's not all necessarily about rides. Like, last night we went to, where do we go? No, it wasn't last night. It was a couple nights ago. We went to Hollywood Studios and just wandered around, soaked up the ambience. By the way, for music lovers, especially big band music lovers, Hollywood Studios decked out right now. They got the old big band Christmas music playing in the background. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. I will be sharing some of that with you in the near future. Again, stay tuned to some of the news we have to share. So I'm curious if you got when we were back in Denver, one year we got the season pass to Elitch Gardens. Not the same thing. Locally, we called it the Concrete Jungle because they had moved it downtown, and it was terrible compared to the original Elitch Gardens, which went back to the 1890s. But I digress, as I always do. Old radios. I've been busy with 70s era video machines. Definitely want to hear more about that. Steve says, God is good all the time, Steve. God is good. Jerry says, speaking of cassette, I saw a cassette for sale, $16.99. It's not for a new one. That's not terrible. I bought the Barbie cassette and I paid like $25 for that. It was more for the novelty of it. It was an interesting experience buying a new cassette in 2023. Revolution Reiki at Dollywood. I highly recommend that Inferno ride. So I have never been to Dollywood. I have extensively been to Silver Dollar City in Branson, which Dollywood used to be Silver Dollar City East. They were similar, and it's all still owned by the same company. But Dollywood has a lot of mirror rides that are very, very similar. So I've been on the West, I guess I won't say West Coast because it's still central, but the Silver Dollar City Branson version of some of those rides. Very, very cool. Grand Ole Opry this time of year is so beautiful with Christmas lights, and I bet it is. Oh my goodness. I haven't been to the Grand Ole Opry in a long time. It's been about 6-7 years. I want to go back so bad. It is beautiful. I also want to check out the original Ryman Auditorium. I want to go to the Patsy Cline Museum, the Patsy Cline house that she bought, her dream house there. All of it you could just go to. Those are things that are on the bucket list for sure. And also, what was the other thing I was going to say? Nashville. Yeah, I don't know. I want to check it all out. It's really, really good stuff. Hard to find Motown on vinyl, says Marley. Yeah, it's true. Very collectible, but really, really cool as well. I would find some more. I have a few records on the Motown label, actually. Old Radio says, I got to get a dehydrator to get these early open reel videotapes less sticky. That's really interesting. We have, here in Florida, we have to run multiple dehumidifiers just in the air, or else it's just, so humid. And multiple dehumidifiers. We buy these these little tubs of little beads that absorb water, and there's versions that hang in the closet. Fighting the abundance of moisture is an ongoing thing. But in the context of reel-to-reels, that's a good idea, actually. Really good idea. Gunmetal Guy says, smash the likes, folks. Like if you're going to smash that turkey. Yes, I like that. I got a hype man right here. I love it, or gal. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I watch Christmas movies all year. Okay, yeah, you're one of the really good ones. I can tell already. Anybody watch Christmas movie all year is family. So I like hearing that. Jerry says they have a 7-inch vinyl version of the Beatles at Walmart for $17.96. I haven't seen any on the shelves locally, unfortunately, but that is cool. That is really, really cool. I mean, if I would not mind having a single of it, I would definitely not mind, but I don't need to go out and seek it. Old Radio said I find Motown vinyl pretty easily. Interesting. Isn't it weird how regionally, like in one state or one part of the country or the world, it may be easier or harder to find stuff? I know I've got a lot of friends down in Central and South America that when we review like cassette players, like vintage, like 80s and 90s cassette players, they're like, that's impossible to find down here. And it's so expensive to have imported. Marla says, mine is a fruitcake version from Walmart. Okay, Marla, so that's a tip. I need to be on the lookout for that. I may need to snag that. I like that a lot. I love stuff like that. I'm a sucker for exclusives and especially cool pressings and things. So you're getting me really excited, Marla. You know what? I need that. Yes, I've decided because of you guys, I need to get a hold of Merry Christmas on cool-looking modern vinyl. I need a new pressing. My pressing is 70 plus years old. More than that. Let's see, 50. It's 50s. So that'll be 56, 70. Yeah, about 70 years old. Old radios, $18 for a 45. Yeah, but it's because of what it is, you know. I'm actually not a huge 45 fan. I have a couple shelves full of 45s, and I just they don't sound good to me. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's the best is a 45." And in principle, you know, you spin faster. Now, a 12-inch vinyl 45 or even a 7-inch vinyl 45, yeah, I think those can sound really good. But a regular 45 to me, oftentimes they just don't sound good, and the material that they're made out of, whether it be the vinyl that they use or if it's the styrene versions, they sound more crispy, more crackly, and you can clean one out and it just still sounds dirty. I don't know. I'm just not a huge 45 person. So, and that's another reason why I probably gravitated towards the box set version of the red and blue, because I would get it on there and I know it would sound good. That's just me. And I know some people are like, just collect 45s. I'm like, this is the best, you know. But I personally, if I want to hear what I consider the best sounding version of something, sometimes it is vinyl. You know, previous years before, you know, it's all an evolution of my experience and your experience. Previous years, I would have said, yeah, I'll probably just listen to Dolby Atmos streaming. And that's still the majority true. But there are some vinyl versions that the warmth, and yeah, I know it's distortion. I know the warmth is distortion. I've talked about that. I've preached about this. But at the same time, it's good distortion. It just sounds good. I like that warmth, that immediacy. It sounds a little bit more present, a little closer to you, which is a good way to describe the difference between a vinyl and something that may sound a little colder. Azzy Chan made it to a live again. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. So glad you're here. Got to see if I can buy a CV series video machine. CV series okay. What is that going to be like a? What format is that? Is that like U-matic or is that even before U-matic? Gordon Horn, happy Thanksgiving, Record-ology. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Gordon. Getting to experience my very first Thanksgiving in the country today. I've moved here from Scotland, UK, and I'm very excited. Well, Gordon, welcome, and that's awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you. And yeah, that's so great. That's really, really cool. I'm sure that that's a major change. I know that moving just from one state to another was really an experience for us. It still is. Sometimes we were just talking about this the other day that sometimes somehow when we're in our house walking around, we have this sense of forgetting that we're in Florida and thinking that we're back in Colorado. And then look out the window and it's like, whoa, there's palm trees here. We're in Florida. Oh my gosh, we're in Florida. It takes some getting used to. We've been here now since March, and it's still just like, Wow. I live here. This is so strange. I'm getting messages. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. All right. Again, we got a giveaway coming up. Some news to share. Stay tuned. Welcome to the USA, Gordon. Yes, absolutely. Would love to know what your favorite thing about Thanksgiving is. Like, what does it mean to you? Wow, Gordon. Oh, okay. Where's my soapbox? I'm going to stand. Okay, I'm just kidding. You know, it's easy to say thanks. It's easy to, be like, yeah, I'm thankful, and to list off some good things in your life. But I really try on Thanksgiving to think about some specifics. One thing that I've learned lately, especially with all the medical stuff I've been going through, is the value and the necessity of gratitude. So my mom and dad came to visit us recently, and which was a huge blessing. And my dad told me that he keeps a gratitude journal. And I've done journaling in the past. In fact, I keep it right here on my desk. And typically it's been a chronological thing. If I did this, I did that. I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. But I haven't thought of it like from a point of gratitude. And, when you force yourself into a mindset of gratitude, it does a lot, I feel like, to put you in a good mental space. So today, it really means finding the specific things to be grateful for, and to make sure that you let people know that you're thankful for them. Family, huge, 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 huge. If you're blessed to have family, to be grateful for that and to embrace that, to let them know. And then you get to thinking, shouldn't we always be like this? This is a good way of being. It shouldn't just be on this day. And you do think back, or I do, to the Pilgrims, and you know that they, in that moment, what was specific to them was being thankful for making it through that winter, and being having provisions and things like that. So for me, that's what it's about. And how about you? I want to hear from you. I'd love to know more about how one migrates from Scotland to the United States, and why. I think that's really cool. But yeah, welcome. Absolutely. It's interesting here in Florida. Florida is very diverse, and it's sort of a melting pot within a melting pot of the United States. And the grocery stores have a British section, and that's something you don't have in Colorado. And that's cool. And they've got a section for a lot of different nationalities. Like plantains is a staple down here. Never had a plantain in my life. Just thought of it as a gross banana. And the first time I had plantains was actually, we moved down here, and they were everywhere. I mean, every grocery store, every restaurant serves them with every meal. I mean, they're everywhere. And we got a bag of like garlic plantain chips. Heinous, absolutely disgusting, cemented, or so I thought, what I thought plantains were all about. Then went to what is it called? San Angel Inn at the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, which is the Mexican restaurant they have there. It's really, really good, by the way. And a beautiful ambient. You're inside this thing at night, and they have a boat coming through. Anyway, they serve a lot of the dishes there with a side of plantains, but they're served not savory, they're served sweet. So it's not as sweet as a banana, but it's seasoned and prepared, and it's just a little bit too, which helps. And they weren't dried out like those chips. And since then, I've been hooked on those plantains. Can't get enough. So when I hear plantains are coming, I'm excited, which is weird because I thought they were just like reject bananas, but they're good. Okay. Man, I am just going off the rails on this, guys. Hey, we're talking about what we're thankful for, right? I don't even know what got me started on that. So glad you love it here, Gordon. What part of the country are you in? Acer BT, trying to collect 45s as a blind person is hard since I can't tell the difference between vinyl and styrene. When shopping online. Okay. I was going to say there's the tap trick, which would work perfectly to listen to, or, if it rings, if it sounds metallic when you tap it, it's more likely styrene. If it's dull and thuddy, I don't know, I'm tapping my hand. then it's more likely vinyl. But yeah, when you're shopping online, I don't even know if I could tell by looking either. I mean, visually, I don't know unless it was worn out because the styrene gets lighter color, like it's not as dark when it gets worn out. But you wouldn't want to buy one like that anyway, whether or not it was vinyl or otherwise. The surface, Jerry says, the surface noise on a 45 sounds different than that of a 12-inch, possibly because the size of the disc, it resonates differently. And that makes sense. And from what my limited understanding of resonance is that the resonance is within the internals of the whatever it is. So in this case, the internal structure of the disc. So it's probably sonic properties like echoing, where parallel surfaces, increase resonances, where non-parallel surfaces dissipate. Interesting. Revolution Ricky says, I can't remember the last 45 I bought. I think it was mid-'80s. Yeah, end of the 80s is kind of the end of the new 45 era. Before U-matic, Skip Field Video. I have to check that out. Open reel Sony. I've seen some of those decks. They're really cool. Like the drum is like, oh, it's cool. Like the drum is on the outside. It's super cool. Revolution Ricky. Florida, what part? So we're in Central Florida. We are in Orlando. In Alabama. I need to go up and spend some more time in that area. We want to kind of travel up in the Gulf Coast area some more. How's it going to be during the winter? Not freezing here? No, it's going to be it's like 61 this morning. And it's funny because places will sell coats and stuff. You're like, what are you going to do with that? You're not going to, I'm not guaranteed. I'm wearing shorts all winter long. I guarantee you. Some people it's kind of the cusp of, okay, there's been a couple of nights when I've put on like some joggers or pants or something just to have a little bit more warmth. And I have worn a hoodie, but I had to take it off pretty quick because I just get overheated so easily. I personally really enjoy the cooler temperatures. It's cold enough you wouldn't want to just jump in the ocean and swim, but it's not cold enough to be worried about whatsoever because we're subtropical climate here. The heat, oh man, August heat, it's intense, and it's every day. It never stops. It just goes. Gordon says, I moved to upstate New York after meeting my partner online in a singing app. That's cool. That's really cool, Gordon. I've never been happier here. That's so interesting. Eric says 45 RPM sound great. It depends on the mastering. That's what I've heard. I guess I just don't have any good 45s. I really like my vintage EPs from the 50s, like my Glenn Miller EPs. They sound good, but the music has much less dynamic range. But for instance, here's a great example of one of the worst sounding 45s I have. Let me show you. Bought it not too long ago too. Okay, what did I do with it? Where did I put that thing? I thought I put it right back in. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, this is it. This John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Happy Christmas, actually, is what this is. And it's really cool looking vinyl. Somebody told me that the marbling in this is actually a deterioration. It's not an intended marble effect, which I don't know about that. It looks like it's intentional. It's hard to tell the condition of a record when it's colored, translucent, or both. And this one apparently is in bad condition. It sounds horrible. It's so bad. It is very, very, very unlistenably scratchy, even though it's been deep cleaned. Everything multiple times. One of the worst sounding records ever. And I guess that's why at a record show you'd want to bring a little record player, because visually when I got that, it looked great, but then not so much. Revolution Ricky says, for me, Thanksgiving means you're thankful for what you have, not for what you can get. Thanksgiving is less stressful than Christmas. Very good point, and very I would tend to agree, absolutely. Gordon says, thank you so much for a thoughtful and heartfelt answer about Thanksgiving. I'm excited to share this holiday with my partner and our family. Oh, that's excellent. That's really, really cool. I hope you have so much fun, Gordon. That's great. Gordon says, Ricky, thank you for answering. I'm trying to ask as many folks as possible. Revolution Ricky's in Mobile, Alabama area. Gordon says, it's been a huge change for me. I bet it has. Gordon also says, it's much colder here in upstate New York than in Scotland. Interesting. That's really interesting because it's probably lower. Well, I'm trying to think of the latitude would be lower, right? Upstate New York. I think it's still lower. Interesting. Eric says, hello, Record-ology. Any plans to purchase the Black Friday RSD titles? Somebody pointed that out to me this week, and I looked at them, and I just did not see. There's a couple that are like, I wouldn't mind having them, but nothing that I'm going to go out of my way. So I don't anticipate really participating in Record Store Day tomorrow. There was just nothing that really grabbed me. There was a couple of things that looked like, again, like if I found them, but do I want to drop a lot of money on a record that I'm meh about? I don't think so. But yeah, it was interesting. It's interesting how they're doing it. And it's also amazing how many bands I've never heard of before, because 95% of those bands on that list, I've no idea, no clue, or you know what I mean? I'm not familiar with it. How about you? What are you guys looking for? Sometimes you guys are telling me about something that I didn't know about, and then like, maybe I'm interested. Like, I think the last time that Dolly Parton, I didn't see that on the list, and then you guys were like, you might want to check that out, and I did. Of course, then I have this other problem where when you go to record stores, they have like 10 records from Record Store Day, and they're never the ones that I'm interested in, because I don't listen to rock as much. I don't listen to the, pop stuff. I don't listen to a lot of the things that are popular, but the record stores are going to want to buy the stuff that sells. So oftentimes they'll get like the popular stuff and end up not having what I'm looking for. Last time, a friend of mine up on the East Coast, Boston area, got it for me and sent it down, but I paid him for it, and I paid for shipping, and it ended up costing more than I should have for that record. Revolution Ricky says, Gordon, will you get a lot of different answers about? You will get a lot. Oh, he's telling Gordon. Okay, sorry, I'm catching up. You'll get a lot of different answers about Thanksgiving. Hey, Frisco, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. Acer says, I'm able to tell styrene vinyl by looking for things like the lack of rounded edge and glued on labels instead of labels fused on during the pressing. That's true as well. Revolution Ricky kind of tortured my wife with a bit of Twisted Sisters, A Twisted Christmas on YouTube. That's funny. You like space age pop like Esquivel? I don't know. I've never heard of that artist, and I don't know if I do, but I would like to learn more. Acer says, I'd still like to find a copy of that Future Sound Shock album used on this channel for testing. Yeah, it's great. I have 2 copies. I have a quad record copy that's kind of worn, and then I've got a pretty pristine stereo copy. The copy with the quad, even on stereo speakers, you'll hear stuff behind you. It's modulated and mixed in a very, very interesting way. It sounds surround even on stereo speakers, which is amazing. Revolution Ricky, I would go to Black Friday Record Store Day, but my orthopedic surgeon hasn't given me the okay to drive yet. Oh, yeah. It's going to the Motley Crue review. What would I get? Interesting. Man, I hope you get feeling better. Eric says, speaking of Dolly Parton, are you going to purchase Dolly Parton rock album? No, I don't think so. It's not my favorite. I like Dolly Parton for the Dolly Parton music. And I really like that early album. Let's see if I can find it. I listened to it quite a bit. See if I can find it here. This was my record store purchase that I was just talking about, if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. This is really early because this is the Monument singles collection. So this is before she was on RCA. So it's got some very early 60s stuff that I really, really like. I really like the first side of this especially. So the songs aren't as well known, but they're very good. They're very, very good. It's an interesting to listen to her very early. Like she started in 64, where Patsy Cline left off in 63. and you can hear a through line in terms of the audio. Now, Dolly Parton was never part of the Decca family. Purely RCA, I believe, after Monument. So even still, just being in that era of country music, you can hear that through line from some of the later Patsy Cline to the very early Dolly Parton. But I like the greatest hits of Dolly Parton. I've got a greatest hits CD or two. I've got the newest album of hers that I have. Well, I've got the Christmas album, which will feature on the show down the road in the next couple of weeks, which is fantastic. That's a white pressing, I think. I think it's a white pressing. And I think that was a Walmart exclusive. And then I've got Run, Rose, Run on CD. And I also think I have the CD of the Christmas album. I have a CD of that as well. One of the things I'm planning on doing this weekend is getting out and I haven't done this in ever. I don't think I've ever done this. I want to get out all my Christmas records, all my CDs, tapes, everything, movies, videos, and have them front and center, because I have enough stuff that things get buried behind other things. And in terms of like my bookshelf, there'll be like a back row of CDs, and I may forget about it. And then a year or two may go by. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had this. So I want to be able to enjoy all that stuff. I've listened to the Dolly Parton, a couple songs on that album. I do like, actually, I've got one in my library. There was one song. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the ones they pre-released. I'm looking at it's a lot of music on there. I did listen to the Let It Be. 30 songs on that album. That's going to have to be a double album set if they press it, or when they press it on vinyl. What was the other song? World on Fire, I think it was. I liked that song. I listened to that. Gosh, that's been out for months. She pre-released a lot of that stuff. So those two songs are the ones I've really heard so far. I think I went through and flipped through some of them, but I was like, it was okay. YMA, Sumac, Arthur Lyman. Love Arthur Lyman, Quiet Village. Arthur Lyman stuff is great. I've got a reel-to-reel, at least one record. Dave Brubeck. Is there Arthur Lyman in the record store day? Okay. Now, see, you guys do this to me all the time. I have to look that up. Dave Brubeck. Love Dave Brubeck, absolutely. Big Daddy Dog. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for the awesome videos. Keep spinning, boss. Gotta run. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Scott, welcome in. Hello, everyone. Eric. Yes, the Artist Day release got a copy of the Dolly Monument record. Yeah, it's good. And I could not find any down here near us. So I had to outsource that one. Good to have friends, because the place that my friend went to, he said they had tons of that record. I also hope I can find a non-US copy of Dancing Queen on 45, since it's one of two for my ABBA singles that is not on vinyl. Interesting. Jerry says John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard released a couple of albums just recently. That's awesome. Got my Christmas 78s. Yeah, I need to get those out too. Jaden, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. Have Billy May album doing Jimmy Lunsford song. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love Jimmy Lunsford. Absolutely. And Billy May. Absolutely. Okay, you guys and gals. Well, let's start with some news. And then we're going to do a giveaway. I got something to give away here. I think you will enjoy. It's a very small way of just saying thank you to you guys. Mostly just thank you for being there. The biggest thing, the most helpful thing for any YouTuber, for any content creator, is for you guys just to show up. And I know that is hard to do. I am a YouTube viewer, consumer first, like anybody else. And I know there's channels that put out so much great content that I like to watch, but it's hard when you have life happening and all other things going on, like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which unfortunately is happening apparently right now. So I appreciate that you would take time to be there. That's the biggest thing. And then anything above and beyond that is just super, super thankful. You've been very generous to this channel over the years. We've received a lot of gifts in the form of donations of funds, through super thanks, super chats, products that have been sent in for review, and buying, supporting the channel through purchasing things that we make and sell, like our 45 adapters. By the way, the blue ones are still available for the time being, and change that up soon. Probably something for Christmas here in the next week or two. So yeah, what are my favorite Christmas records? Let me answer that real quickly. People are like, yeah, right. He's not going to be quick on that. Before I go on to the rest of the news. Favorite Christmas records. I love old Americana Christmas, Great American Songbook Christmas. So we're just talking extensively about Bing Crosby's Merry Christmas album. I love Andy Williams Christmas. I love Perry Como Christmas. Got records from each of those. I love Dean Martin. Any of the Rat Pack Christmas songs. I love just the standard Christmas, OG Christmas songs. They're my favorite, absolutely. I love unique pressings. I love records. We have a lot of like 50s and 60s era vintage records. Christmas records are pressed on red and things like that. I think that's really, really fun. Got a box 75 RPM record, 78 RPM records. I haven't found the 3 mil staffs for either of them. I personally feel that you can play them without any harm or foul. They just won't sound as good. Got my first meal of today almost ready. Excellent. That's a blessing right there. I have a Japanese version of Merry Christmas by Bing. That's really cool. Scott, you need to email me a picture of that. That sounds really cool. Okay, news. My nose is so itchy. Wait, why am I pinning that? No, I didn't mean to pin that. Sorry. Just randomly clicking on things. Okay, news. So we are about to transition to Christmas mode, and I'm super excited to take you there. And I mean take you there because we are going to be doing something this year that we haven't done before. Sorry. Wipe my nose on camera. And that is, dun, 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 drum roll, please, going to be our very unique Vlogmas plan for this year. So there's going to be a ton of Christmas content for you. Some of you may know that my wife, known as Mrs. Record-ology, although it's funny because when we created the name Record-ology, that was the channel name, not my name. But somehow I became Record-ology. So I am Record-ology now on the channel Record-ology. And if Record-ology is married, he must be married to Mrs. Record-ology. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened. Anyway, Mrs. Record-ology, the beautiful and super talented, has her very own YouTube channel. It is called Rain's Place, Rains Place. And if you want to see said channel, if you go, I forget which tab it is on our YouTube. I think it's under channels, actually. You can link to it there. And once you get over there, you'll find her interesting variety of content that she creates over there. And we want to kind of blend the vinyl world and the vlog world that she creates into a cornucopia. It's an appropriate word for today. A cornucopia of Christmas magic here on the combined channels. And so what we're going to do is this. This year, Vlogmas, which if you aren't initiated, is daily Christmas videos, vlog style, put up every single day from December 1st up until Christmas. Some people do it through the 24th, but we always cap it off with a video on 25th, sometimes with a visit from the big guy himself, because Santa Claus has appeared on Vlogmas and has been very, very generous in the past. But this year, we're doing things a little differently. So Vlogmas is going to occur on the Rain's Place channel. And Mrs. Record-ology, aka Rain, is going to create content that is vlog style, non-vinyl related, but couples vlogging, event vlogging, and there's probably going to be some animals on there because, you know, we love wild animals and we're in a place where there's a lot. There is probably going to be some Disney stuff in there due to our proximity and access to some cool events, as well as some other wacky, fun, and very interesting activities. I have heard there's also going to be giveaways, non-record or vinyl related, but very, very cool giveaways. So and I'm not going to say this ad nauseum on this channel, but I want to mention it a couple of times so that those that are interested can do it. Go over to Rain's Place. Again, the link is I'll put the link in the description of this video too, but the link is in a channels tab, I believe, on YouTube here. Subscribe to her channel, and starting December 1st, you're going to see Vlogmas, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Really, really fun. I know she's got some incredible things planned for us, so that'll be fun. And over here on Record-ology, we're going to do daily videos as well, not calling it Vlogmas because it's really going to be the same type of content that we usually do. So record reviews, record player reviews, and maybe do an intro or two from an interesting Christmas place. But if you want the Vlogmas content, Rain's Place. And for the content that we usually provide, it's going to be here. Now, there will be a lot of Christmas on Record-ology as well. I am so passionate about Christmas that the whole thing will become Christmified. Is that a word? But a lot of Christmas records, a lot of Christmas content. And yes, I'll be getting out my infamous Christmas record player for another season of spinning merry tunes. And we're going to have a lot of music, a lot of cool things. I've got a mountain of products to review, so it's going to be a blast. So I wanted to invite you guys to that. Mannheim Steamroller. Yes, love Mannheim Steamroller. Have a lot of Christmas stuff. Almost lunchtime to the East Coast. It is. It is indeed. Although I had a late breakfast, so I may skip the I'm on a no-carb diet right now. Not a diet. I've been told stop eating carbs. So it's been interesting. I've been pretty good. Hope my doctor isn't watching. I've been pretty good. There's been a couple moments. I don't know if you can cut out every carb in your life, but I've cut out like 99% of them. So I think I'm making good progress. There was an episode of The Twilight Zone where one of the characters got a Perry Como record for his birthday. He couldn't play it because of the monster. Interesting. Revolution Rookie have a Christmas compilation album called "'Tis the Season." It's from the 70s. Robert Goulet, Doris Day, Bobby Vinton, Jerry Vale, bunch of crooners. That's awesome. Already subbed to Rain's Place as Azzy Chan. Yes. And that is just, thank you for doing that. That's great. I am going to pin that one on purpose this time. I have a lot of Christmas compilations I may not see. Yeah, somebody, Scott, I don't know who it was. I forget. I feel bad for forgetting, but somebody does a compilation for their family every year and sent me like 15 years worth of Christmas compilations. Like all my favorite Christmas music on these burned CDs. Amazon had the Victrola Revolution go for $72. Wow. That's a killer deal. Is that like I should have put that in my list. I did not see that come up on my list when I did my show. By the way, if you haven't seen my Black Friday deals show, check that out. I missed that one, though. I'll play my 1977 off-air recording of the Nutcracker and Mannheim Steamroller tapes on my 1977 Betamax. That's cool. That's hard carbs. I know, right? Everything I like. Although I was excited cheese was still allowed. So, yeah, it's... I kind of cried when I bought my first Atkins meal the other day. And I was like, what have I become? What's my life? It was actually pretty good, though. I got it was like kind of like a broccoli beef, but it had like a Merlot sauce on it. It was good. It didn't taste healthy, which was great. But yeah, especially on a day like today, it was like looking at the different like Thanksgiving things I like. Can't have that, can't have that, can't have that. All right, I'll just stand in the corner and cry instead. But hey, I'm just thankful that I got something I can have. Acer says, my dad found me a Julie Andrews Christmas record. Firestone branded. So many of those Firestone records. Boy, that is a staple of thrift stores. I think it's volume 5 in the set. The other ones are by her, but the other ones are by her. Interesting. Okay. Time for a giveaway. And I want to talk about what the giveaway is. So it's in this little nifty box. It's a vinyl record cleaning and care kit by Music Nomad. We reviewed this a couple months ago, I think. And this is a really cool cleaning kit. It comes in this nice box. On the back, it's got pictures and instructions. And it's unique because you get 3 things in here. You get the cleaning solution, Music Nomad. Cleans and restores, removes fingerprint and grime, anti-static formulation. 4-ounce bottle. Portion of proceeds supports music advocacy, which is really cool. This is a very cool company. That we partnered with to review this, and cool blue bottle and good size portion as well. And then it comes with this very unique brush. This thing is like, look at this thing. I've never seen a brush quite like this. And then look at this. You can put on your makeup with it as well. But actually, and it comes with one more brush. It comes with this, which has two sides. It's got this side and then this side, which is like carbon fiber, tight packed bristles. And it's a very unique cleaning system. Okay, let me kind of describe how this works. First, step one, and you can see all the steps listed on the box here. Okay, hold on. First step, dust everything but the record and needle with this. Dust everything but the record and needle. So the plinth, is that the idea? Is like cleaning up around the record? Okay, dusting everything except for the, okay, you know what? I got this visual aid up here. Okay, so I'm dusting everything but the record and needle. Okay, next, dust record while spinning with this side. So this is like a felt, it's kind of like corduroy. I don't know if that's coming across, but it's got ridges on it. It's like kind of a corduroy felt thing going on. So dust the record while spinning dry with this. See, it's a whole system. It's not just a regular old cleaning kit. Okay, so let it rotate. I always kind of pivot it gently back and forth like this. Clean dust from the black pad of this brush with this brush. So then you take this brush and you clean this brush. This is, streaming music just can't compete with this. You're engaged, right? You're like, I got to clean my brush to clean this brush and then clean that, dry that, and then listen to music at some point. Okay. I love how my generation was like, man, I can't wait for the tape to rewind. I got to get the music going sooner. Instant gratification. I want to skip songs. I want to be able to instantly move around. And now it's like, how slow can we make the music enjoying process? You brush your brush with another brush. Okay, so we're cleaning the dust from the black pad with that brush. Then we're going to spray the black cleaner on the pad. Okay. Then clean the record while spinning. So we're doing this again. Cleaning that off. Dry records while spinning with this. So now we go to this side. This is like this. Oh, it's softer than I thought. Okay. It looks like a seat, but like a car seat, like in your car, like the pattern, but it's much softer. Okay, so this is the drying side. Same thing. We're gonna dry. Then we're gonna clean the stylus and needle with this brush. Okay, so it all makes sense, and then that's what that's for. So we clean our stylus back to front, just like that. That is the Music Nomad vinyl cleaning system, which can and will be one of yours because we're giving away in just a moment. So that's what that's all about. By the way, if you want one of these, we did a review show and there's a link in there if you want to pick one up. It's a good kit. It really is. And we demoed it and it does clean. My favorite, most preferred way to clean a dirty record is in the spin clean. It takes long. It's a pain in the butt. You got to guarantee an hour set up to clean up minimum, even if you're cleaning 3 records. It takes a while, but it's the best deep clean way that I have to do it. However, if you have just like a record that's been deep cleaned already, but it's got some dust or fingerprints, I would consider this a light cleaning solution, not something for a filthy record, but something for a light clean. If the record just picked up dust, it's staticky, this would be a great way to do once over before you play it. It would be better than just dragging the carbon fiber over. I love my carbon fiber brushes. This Ortofone one, very nice. Doesn't work any better than the Crosley ones, but I like the handle better. Okay. Amazon controller. Setting up there. Carbs are good. Yes, they are. Acer says, my dad found, I did that. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, this is really neat. It's an interesting one. You're right, Gunmetal. It's hard to avoid carbs on Thanksgiving. It really is. I may have to cheat a little bit today. I may not by too much, though. Being ready to make videos of my antique. That's cool. Really cool. Hey, Lori, welcome in. We were just shooting the breeze about Thanksgiving, and then we're just talking about this as a giveaway. Also, Lori, you missed the part, but we're doing Vlogmas this year, but we're doing the couples channel Vlogmas content where we go to events and things, the non-vinyl stuff over on my wife's channel, which is Rain's Place. And Ezzy Chan put a link above to that, and I think I pinned it. So there's a link there. I believe that's a link. I hope it is. If it's not a link, then you can go to the channels tab of the YouTube page and link to it there. But check that out if you haven't done so already. We just now watched a Record-ology commercial. And I didn't get paid for it. What the heck? I literally just demoed it. Yeah, I didn't get paid for it. I didn't have to pay for this kit, but I'm passing that along. Okay, so we're going to do the giveaway. How are we going to decide the giveaway? So we can't do so we used to do a thing where you just put the first person to comment whatever would win. The problem is we found out the hard way that the comments come in different order for everybody depending on where you're located geographically. So people would be like, no, my comment came in before that person. No, mine came in before that person. So it became necessary to move it in such a way that we can, see in a singular fashion that isn't, disputable. And the way to do that was email, because they come in only one way. So the way to do this and the way to answer the question that I'm about to ask, which will determine who the winner is to email us, not chat it in here, but to email Record-ology 1938 at gmail.com. Record-ology 1938 at gmail.com. So if you put that in there, it will, if you put your answer in there, it'll come to me. Got my email open on another tab, and I will see who the first person with the correct answer is. Now, in addition to emailing and not chatting, please don't chat the answer. Your answer to the question, don't forget to include your name and your address so that I know where to send this thing to. And we'll do that. Maybe we'll throw in some stickers too. We got some new stickers that we just had printed and designed recently. And it's kind of like a colorful 45 adapter. Do I have any up here? They're all in I have them all in the utility room with the 3D printer. Do I have any up here? Anyway, is that one? No, that's not. So we'll have to do that. So here's how to win. I've got to come up with a question, and you've got to come up with an answer. First person to win with the address included is the winner. A question that everybody has a chance on. Okay, I got one. I'm going to use this picture back here. This is an advertisement, reproduction, of course, for the Edison New Standard phonograph. What kind of records could you play on that thing? What kind of records could you play on the Edison New Standard phonograph? Let me know by emailing, not commenting, emailing Record-ology1938@gmail.com with your correct and valid address. It can be anywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world is eligible. You have to be 18 years or older, but you can win the Music Nomad. Very strange, very time-consuming, but somewhat charming and interesting music cleaning system. Movie Spud says, I'd like to find Act 3 by Seldom Seen. It's a record I grew up on and one of my favorite all-time albums. Isn't it fun finding records you had as a kid? I've been able to find most of mine, and it is really good. Put names in a hat. That's a good idea. We should do that. But then it's like, did I get everybody's name in? And people are coming and going from the thread. Almost high noon, Steve, or Scott. You're right. Actually, it's over high noon now. Got to work tomorrow, old radios. I'm sorry. Target. Working or shopping? I worked retail for 20 years, so worked many Black Fridays. If you're working Black Friday at Target, my prayers are with you. This can be crazy. going to be absolutely crazy. Revolution Ricky sent the answer. And let's see if anybody else did as well. And who the first correct answer was. Okay. We have the first one in here. Let's see if it's the correct answer. No, that was a wrong answer. The guess was 78 shellac. A very good guess. Oh, second guess was also an incorrect one, 78 records. And the third one was also incorrect, 78 records. That's fun. Okay, I came up with a tricky question. So you can keep coming in. The first person to get it. If you already submitted and he had a wrong answer, keep submitting. I don't know how well you can see it. It does not play a standard record format that most people have access to this day and age. This played and plays a very unique older format that kind of predates that. Don't put it in the comments, please. Don't put it in the comments. Remove. Don't put it in the comments. Remove. It's okay. You are forgiven. You're in the inner circle old radio, so you know what? No harm, no foul. It's tempting, right? Because you got your thumbs here. All right, let's see if we got a correct answer now. Yes. All right. We have a correct answer. And the correct answer goes to dun 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 dun. Jerry. Jerry, you have won, and it will be on its way. Because the correct answer was, in fact, wax cylinders. This is a cylinder phonograph. It plays a tube. I'm a know-it-all. That's okay. It's okay. Hey, Mark Covington. How are you? Very special Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope it's a very special Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I was looking at the parade, old radios. Oh, that's cool. Really, really cool. Oh, and then you came over here and saw we were doing the thing. So Jerry wins the handsome Nomad, Music Nomad Equipment Care with the brushes to clean the other brushes and the music or the anti-static formula and all that stuff. It's a cool kit. It does work well. And if you want to put on some, blush, you could do that. Okay, there's a giveaway. We'll get that sent out in the next few days. And we are coming up, we just passed an hour. So I would want to say thank you to every one of you. Yeah, we were doing the question thing, And to those of you that didn't win, I want to tell you something. You don't let yourself be troubled. Let not your heart be troubled. Because there are going to be giveaways on both Record-ology this coming Christmas and on Rain's Place for Vlogmas as well. And again, those will be non-vinyl, non-record player themed shows and gifts. It is a couples channel, couples vlog, and whatever else she comes up with interesting and cool to do. Whereas Record-ology will be kind of what we normally do, record players, records, talking about the history of things, how things work, and there will be some vinyl-related things over here, perhaps, to give away. So there will be giveaways everywhere. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to Rain's Place. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to Record-ology. And I want to say so very, very much how much I am thankful for you and for spending time with me. It's an hour out of your day today that I really appreciate you sharing with us and giving to us. It's a huge blessing. Think about what you're thankful for. Think about what matters most. Be thankful for everybody you have in your family that you can call or text or hug today and tell them how much you love them. And I just encourage you to make the most of it. And to those of you that are working or need to work, I want you to know that we're behind you. You're gonna get through it. It'll be fine. It'll be good. So let me ask for the link to Rain's Place. Let me put that up here. Putting the link in the description. Nope. Putting the link. Well, I'll do that too. The link is in the chat. So take a moment to click on that it may derail you from the live, but we're closing out here anyway. Go over and subscribe. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time over there. Revolution Ricky, thank you for asking and for your interest. Jerry, if you still have that 7-inch Beatles record, if they still have that 7-inch Beatles record at my local Walmart, that will be coming your way. Wow, Jerry, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much. I would very much appreciate that. That is, you guys are incredibly kind. See what I mean? We got the best audience here, not because they send stuff, but because we care about each other and we congratulate each other. We thankful for each other. And I'm just really, really, really happy about this community. You will notice that the people on this live and watching the replay are a small, small subset of the larger audience, sort of the inner circle, inner core. And, this is the inner circle family of Record-ology, and you guys are just awesome. So that's great. Still have your Beatles cassette and shrink wrap. That's tough, right? Because you want to leave it like pristine, and then it's almost like, I know they have limits on buying some of this stuff at the Beatles store. Like I saw some people selling these box sets for like hundreds on eBay, and I remember they had like a limit of 4 per family or something, or per customer. But then it's like, I'll buy one for myself and sell the others for profit, and then maybe that one that I kept would, I didn't think to do this in time, but you know what I mean? Like sell for profit some, which pays for the one you keep. You could do that. You could conceivably do that. And to close out our show, our moderator has shown up. Jeremy, thank you so much, my friend. We're just closing out. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Jeremy. Thank you for jumping on. I will post the show. So if you guys want to go back, or if you jumped in at the end, you want to see what we were talking about, check out the giveaway, all the new news. How can I get to and save Rain's Place on YouTube? I'll put the link in the chat again. Check out the link. Go over and hit subscribe. There's a good amount of fun content on there already. And again, that will be Christmas Central. So you guys are going to really enjoy that. If you like Christmas stuff, if you answered not just yes, but heck yes on our poll about Vlogmas, that's where you need to go. Inner circle people. Revolution Ricky, I get it. 100% get it. Absolutely. All right. Again, happy Thanksgiving. God bless each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Have a great day, and we will see you very, very soon. In fact, we'll be filming a show today. I believe it'll be posted tomorrow. So yes, Lori agreed. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and stay safe. See you next time.